Hi guys, welcome back to another video, or your first video here, I don't know. Welcome if you're new here, welcome either way. And today I will be filming my worst books of 2023 video. I am slowly getting caught up. And I don't have that many sort of technically worst books. So I will be first of all going through the books that I gave the lowest ratings, and then I will be going to two of my most disappointing reads. So on to the ones that I gave the lowest ratings. I will go from the one that I liked the most to the ones that I liked the least. So first of all, we have the Belinda Blink series. I always give this series 1 star, despite the fact that I've reread it a couple of times in this year, because it is technically terrible, but it is the erotic series read by the My Dad Wrote a Porno podcast, and I really enjoyed the podcast. The actual story follows a character called Belinda as she sleeps her way to the top of the pots and pans industry, and yes, they call it pots and pans and not just kitchenware, but it's a lot of fun, which is why I reread it. The next one, which I gave a 2 stars, is Three Young Rats, a collection of poetry. A lot of these poems and mini rhymes and songs are things that I heard a lot as a child that I didn't even really know we knew who wrote them. For example, one of them is Three Blind Mice. Honestly, I can see why the ones we still remember are the ones that have remained. The rest of them really didn't do anything for me or didn't work for me, and there was a bunch of other artwork and sketches and drawings in this collection, and I just really didn't like his art style, so yeah, this really didn't work for me. And the one that I liked the least, which is a children's book called No More Secrets. Now, this one was one of these children's books released by a far-right publishing house, which purely just released children's books in order to indoctrinate kids into bigoted beliefs and behaviours. This one was a very poorly veiled metaphor for trans people hijacking their way into safe spaces, and just, it was very poorly written. The artwork was lovely, which I think is a real shame, but in terms of actually being a book for children, it was so clear that it had been written with a bigoted far-right adult in mind and was to validate their own beliefs, and it wouldn't be a compelling or interesting story for children, and it clearly wasn't written with children in mind or with the care to be a well-made product for children, because there was grammatical errors everywhere, the plot didn't really make sense, and just, yeah, this really rubs me the wrong way. And on to my most disappointing reads of the year. The first one we have is Lock and West, which I went into quite extensively, I think, in my mid-year book freakout tag. If I keep on itching myself, I know that I wore this top when I last cut my hair, and I think there's still like tiny mini hairs stuck in the fabric. So with Lock and West, I really had no expectations going in, and as I was reading it, it was probably going to end up as a 5-star read. I was enjoying it so much. I don't read as much young adult as I used to, and the ones that I do read tend to get slightly lower ratings nowadays, but I was enjoying this so much. It followed 2 characters who were falling into a relationship, but both were dealing with so much other stuff at home. It had wonderful commentary on assault and eating disorders and autism and anxiety and so many things, but the way that it dealt with specifically parental neglect, I think, was such a slap in the face and really just didn't reflect the messages, the really good messages that the rest of the book had. So I ended up knocking it down to a 3. And the second one being Queen of Ice. This is the second book in a series. I read the first book and loved it. Again, I had no expectations going in. From the sort of front cover of the book that I saw on Audible, I honestly thought it was going to be quite poorly written. I didn't see myself loving it as much as I did. Going into this one, the ending again was just a massive slap in the face from all of the messages that were brought up throughout the series. I'm just going to turn the screen black and white while going over spoilers. At the end of this book, all of the main characters' disabilities are fixed by magic, and I just thought that was awful. But yes, a rather shorter video, but I didn't have that many books that I really hated. Mainly, I think, because I DNF books a lot. So let me know about a book that it didn't work for you in 2023, and I will see you in my best books of the year video. Bye.